morning to Muddy Boots, Louisiana, our little homestead here. I'm Thomas. Today's project is going to be probably several days, as you can tell from right here. I've got a bunch of shelving that I'm going to put up. Bought it from Northern Tools. They're not sponsoring me. I had to pay for all of it. That's $1,500 worth of shelving right there. Need to get my shop organized to where I can start using it better. It just became a junk pile, and it's time to start organizing those piles. We're gonna pull all these tie straps loose, not tie straps, but straps loose, tie down straps, and we're gonna get them stacked up inside, and then we'll take you inside and show you what the plan is. So let's get to it. All right, so the truck is empty. There's no magic involved there, except maybe some time lapse. And I picked all 14 of them up, carried them into the shop. There they are, count them. 1, 2, 6, 7, 9, 13, 14. This is my shop. A lot of things going on in here that you would see in a shop. And then there's this. This is the gym. This is the Jeep storage area. That is a little bit of everything storage area. Down there in that big green tote with the white lid and some other stuff, you'll see some boxes and some bottles. That's my beer making area. That's the windows for a greenhouse. That's some doors I picked up. Got all the lawn care stuff over there. That is a drafting table my wife had built for me for our anniversary. I'm going to find another use for it in here. It's a little bit better, more suited to what it's supposed to do, but we're going to get to this project at hand right here. This toolbox is going to be your new home for a little while. I'm going to set you all right there. I'll peek at you, see what you're looking at. If you can't tell, we're going to start in that corner. So I guess the best thing to do is tell you what the plan is. I got these shelves. They're 4 foot wide, 20 inches deep, and 1 inch shy of 6 foot tall. So we're just going to call them 6 foot tall. 6 foot tall, 4 foot wide, 20 inches deep, 1.5 feet deep. What I want to do is for every 2 of these, if I rob one of the shelves and I put a shelving unit here and a shelving unit here, and I take one of the shelves and I put it here between them, I can have a bench. I can have a 4 foot long, 20 inch wide bench. That bench can be a countertop. It can be used to store stuff, or it can be used to work on, to where I can have more area to do stuff. Over here, it'll be more area to place things, and then also help set the gym up a little bit better and be a little bit more useful. Right now, you can tell I'm starting to get glossy because I'm sweating. There's no air conditioning in here, but I do have a sponsorship with Garvey where they're wanting me to check out one of 3 different air conditioning units. That may or may not go in this building, and if it doesn't, I've got another air conditioning unit that we store and save for hurricane season, because down here in Southwest Louisiana, we do get hurricanes, and when that happens, you do lose power and you lose air conditioning. So you run generators, not to have to run your big air conditioning unit. You just run a window unit when needed. So I'm going to start probably on the 2 that go on the end. So the plan is to have a 4 foot one right here with a bottom and just the bench. These have the ability, even though they're 6 foot tall, you can take them apart and have them at another height and just have a bench top. Now, I may do a little bit of work on that to be able to raise that bench top up because I'm a little bit tall. I like to work in a higher bench top, but we're going to do it the way they want to do it. And we'll see how it turns out. And I may like it. I may not change it over here. When I get over down to that end of the building, I may change it up to where it's more useful for me. But over in the gym, it's going to be a little bit different of a use. It's going to be for your water bottle, some of your other weights, some of your other equipment, exercise equipment. Who knows? There's all kinds of different things we're going to look at doing. So there's going to be a bench right here. I'll put a bench right here. Then there's going to be a shelf, a bench, a shelf, and then right here by the door coming out, there's going to be 2 shelves, kind of creating like a wall. We'll get into that as we go. I'm going to do the same thing down here. It's going to have a bench going that way, the rest of them coming up this wall, but there'll be no 90-degree or kicking out. I'm going to leave that all the way it is on the walls, flat. These shelves are pretty sturdy. I like them. I will be mounting some of them to the wall. They will all be interconnected to each other, and then some of them will be mounted to the wall just to keep them from tipping over for whatever reason may come about. I'm kind of an overkill kind of guy. I could have gone and bought some standard everyday shelves, but I decided to buy some semi-commercial shelves, high-end residential shelves. But we're just going to jump into it and see where we land. I guess the first order of business is that I'm going to have to clean this corner. I guess we'll get started on that. All right, that is everything in the box. That's what it's going to look like. Box is empty. Everything in that box right here on the floor and some other stuff. Those are the rails that get put together. These are the trays that drop in that make your top. These are the rails that go across the front and the back. These are the rails that go across the midsection. These are the rails that go on the ends. That's the hardware. That's the destructions. I'm going to put you back up here. And we're going to get one started. Now, for some reason, it says to put it all together and then pick it up and put the feet on it. Well, we're going to put the feet on first. I don't see any good reason why we need to put the feet on at the end. Which means we got to pick it up or tip it over or move it around. We're limited for space in here as it is. That's the whole reason we've got the shelves. Oh, I don't feel it completely necessary to take up more space. Instructions are a little small. I'm going to go to the box and take a look to verify. So they say right in here that this end points up. Might take a little persuading. Go get a rubber mallet. I open the other end bay door. Try and get some air in here. A little stifly in here. Those aren't terrible to put on. They're a little touchy, but I'm okay with that. Then we're going to look for the mark that says up. You can also note that the keyway looks like a key. Round on top, slide on the bottom. That way you can slide the pin in on the shelf, goes down and it locks in. Need something to drink.
Okay, beer, tea, juice.
Take some iced tea.
Iced tea.
I'm pretty certain there's a trick to this. I'm also pretty certain I haven't figured it out at the moment. But when I do, we will all know. So how I'm kind of starting this off is I'm starting the two outside edges. I'm just seeing if I can tap the back corner on. Yeah, it seems to work pretty good. So it breaks. Don't hit it too hard, it will break. It's okay, we still have half of one. Okay, so these feet may just be temporary. I may make an actual foot that clamps on here that gives it a bigger footprint. Kind of what I'm thinking. That way, if I get these loaded down with weight, they will hold 400 pounds per shelf. There are 4 shelves. So you do the math. That's 2,000 pounds it says it will hold. I've just got a wooden floor in my shop, so I don't necessarily want the legs on these to break through my floor. Hence the reason I will most likely, yeah, see, I almost put it on the wrong end. I will most likely do something for some feet. So when I say I'm going to do something for it, it's probably not going to be anything extensive. It might not even be metal. It may just be a piece of 2x6. These are a little finicky, but they'll be all right.
giving you trouble?
Feet on the legs are a little finicky.
Yeah.
They're hard plastic, not more rubbery,
Mm-hmm.
like I would have thought. But as I told our people, I'm probably going to end up doing something different with the legs. Just because I don't want the legs going through the floor.
Yeah.
Planning on doing with those.
Greenhouse.
Taking my signs for your greenhouse now. I see how it is. Yep. April's in here thieving.
Yep.
She's taking my metal signs. She's gonna put them in a greenhouse so they can get all rusty.
Take the blower and blow the love bugs to kingdom come.
It's on the porch. Y'all don't know what she's talking about. It's love bug season. If y'all don't know what love bug season is, you're lucky.
Yeah, lucky you. Okay.
And from what I can tell is if you get the two outside corners hooked on first, you roll it over, tap it into place, it goes in pretty easy. Not near as bad as I thought it might be. Like I said, had they been rubber, I think they would have gone together a whole lot better. Now, like I said, we're not really following the instructions. Kind of going our own way, but... So this one we are not going to put another stack on top of it because this is just going to be a low level bench. Maybe. So I am infamous for changing projects in the middle of a project. I'm going to do my best at this moment to not do that. But I could link these going this way and this way on the rear post. Not sure how that would work on the secondary post, but in theory it could work. I'm not going to do that. We're just going to do what it wants us to do. Trying to see how these end rails go together. See which end has the lip going up. Almost looks like it's like that with the lip down. Could that be so? Rounded on top, lip on the bottom? No. This picture up here shows the lip on top. When in doubt, let's go to the box. The box appears to be absolutely no help. I'm going to assume the lip goes on the top. And that's what helps seat that shelf, because if it's like this, it's got to sit way down there. I don't think it does that. I'm pretty sure it does that right there. We're going to put the lip on the top. Now, I have been known to be wrong before. guess the first question is, how much room do we want on top? And how much room do we want on bottom? I think it's going to come down to how much foot room do you want. Look up so you can put your feet underneath there. That'll be where the first shelf starts. I think that's plenty of room right there. So that's what we're going to do. Two showing. We'll do a public service announcement. This is all metal. This metal is sharp. No, I am not wearing gloves. Should I be? Yeah, probably. When will you see me put a pair of gloves on? Probably right after I slice myself open. Catch that, because I don't really want it to twist. Tap that like that. Tap that like that. While we're here, we're going to put the top one on, just to give it some more rigidity. Same thing, we're going to put the lip on top. Now this one, I want right at the top, because that's where I want our workbench. Well, Houston, we did something different here. Already off to a shaky start. As you can tell, one of these are not like the other. As far as putting this together goes, guys, it's straightforward. I mean, it's going together easy. Hardest part was getting them out of the truck to here and getting it unboxed and getting the feet on. Now that the feet are on, it goes together pretty well. There it is. That's one piece. We're going to have a shelf here. We're going to have a workbench on top. Now, this is our shelving material. This will sit down here like so. We'll also sit up here like so. We will come back with a piece of plywood or MDF or something to put on top to give it a little bit more surface, and so we can cut on it and drill on it and do all the stuff you do on a workbench. Because it will be a workbench, it will be a usable bench. It'll be pretty much whatever we need it to be is what it's going to be. This one, since we've got it, I'm going to go ahead and do it at the top first. Make sure to have the lip facing up. Put that together like so. Take this one. Put it together like so. Give it a little tap. Make sure everything's in there right. They just drive right down. It's one piece now. Bottom rail, make sure the lip's up. Go ahead, we'll flip this upside down, so now the lip's going to be down. I'm telling you the whole time, keep the lip up, keep the lip up. Now I'm telling you, put the lip down. Two from the bottom, three for the show, four to get ready, and go, cat, go. A lot of you that don't know what I just sang are way too young. All right, that's two ends. Now, same thing with these big cross runners. I'm going to assume there's a lip, and there is, and the lip has to go up. So it'll go like this. That way, these pieces slide in it, and that will become our tabletop. Just to keep things safe, I'm going to go ahead and put the top rails on first. I told you I cleared out some room. I cleared out just enough room. There ain't much room left. Well, that's not tapped in yet. We're going to wait until we get this side in. Matter of fact, or not. I'm going to go do the bottom first. I'll do the bottom part first. Okay, that one caught over here. That one once again has caught. I'll without my hammer. I'm going to go ahead and seat the top. And nothing else because everything else just fell apart. Fantastic. Gotta love it. Okay, now the top's solid. Okay. Odd place to put that every time I put it down. These were kind of stuck together, so being there's sharp edges everywhere, I'll try and pry them apart because then I'll cut my fingers. As I'm on the ground, they tend to pop themselves apart, especially if you're doing it on a little bit of an angle. So lip up, drop it down into place, push them so they're far enough apart. Get it lined up. Get in the hole, knock them back down. It's convenient having the weight set right here because it's got handles everywhere that I can use to help pull myself up. Again, lip up. Get it kind of pushed into place by hand. These set in place. That's it. All we have to do is put these things in place. And again, 400 pounds is what, oh, you know what? We're not done. We're not done at all. See, if I read the instructions would have told me, hey, you're not done yet. We need to put these cross rails in. Well, to do that, we need to figure out how they go in. Let's look at them while we're here. I was wondering why there was a little bit like that. It says not like that. Must be like that. So, being I know these all need to go into place, I'm going to do all three of them before I tap any of them down. What I have noticed so far, these are the sharpest with these open exposed edges. They're not rolled over. They're quite sharp. Put this one back where it needs to be. That one just wants to flex. It's okay though. So, see what this looks like. I do not think we caught the top. Top and the bottom. Use my thumb to push these. You can definitely tell when it catches. You know when it catches. It catches tight. It's pretty good. Tap, tap. Here a tap, there a tap, everywhere a tap, tap. We're going to look at the instructions real quick, make sure that's all we need. I'm pretty sure that is. And by pretty sure, I mean I got to put those cross supports on the bottom too. Nope. Nope. I'm being stingy. Nope. There it goes. All right. Now I think we're complete. I do think there's a proper way to put those center rails in where they sit on the supports. I don't know if that really makes a difference. The first one seems to be sitting correctly. I thought I was going to be OCD and put them all facing the same direction. It does appear, in this instance, that there's a left and a right. Sort of. Sort of, kind of, sort of. And that's how it has to go. Don't know if that really matters. I'm going to invest a little bit more time on that, but that is one shelving unit together. You know, as a workbench goes, that's pretty good height right there. I'm not at all upset with that. Plenty of room down there. I can get to my weights still to get them on and off. I like it. That is one finished product, 4 foot wide, 20 inches deep. Now that's only half of 6 foot tall. Obviously, you would take these. They have clips that help them mount together. Put them right here like this. That brings it up to that height. For this specific one, we're not doing that. Next, we'll clean this area out, and we're going to put one right here, all the way up. I may even set you all up over here. Put you up on the new bench. How's that? In the meantime, I'm going to take a break, so I will be back. All right, so I decided to go ahead and put this second one together. We'll probably time lapse it from about this point on, but you can just watch the process. All right, I went ahead and put the second bench top together. It's going to end up over there in that corner. I didn't want to put a full one together right there and have a bunch of pieces and parts hanging out, so I just went ahead and put the two halves together. I'm going to put this one over there. Get it ready to go. And then we can start on one of the really tall ones. See how that works. Figure out how I'm going to get this over there. Not breaking my neck. And without it falling apart. So if for some reason it doesn't want to stay together, I'd have to get some assistance for picking this one up. Pick it up from the forward legs, move it over, set it down. Kind of something like that. In the meantime, I may just leave it right here out of the way. I may just use it as a worktop. Now, once you get things on these and they get weighted down, they're going to be more. So this one's a little janky because I got it on two different level surfaces. So that will change. But I got to do some battery charging. I got to get some more iced tea, and we will be back at it. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back. It's a little later in the afternoon. I changed two t-shirts. They were soaking wet. Went down to a muscleless shirt, or a muscle shirt with no muscles in it. However you want to look at it. Here is the idea of the plan that we're looking at. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. This being this back end. So it'll sit like this. S is stand for shelves. B stands for benches, kind of like we got right now. I'm going to take you off of here. Let you see what we've done so far. So this is pretty much all one function at the moment. Everything on the bottom shelf and this top shelf all go together. So everything right here goes together. We didn't have that before because everything was kind of scattered everywhere. With that stack of shelving over there, that will go on this wall, over there, on that wall, and it will go all the way up. And then, like I said, on this side of the door and this side of the door will be two. There'll be two shelves right here, kind of making this a closed off room. And right here on this side will be two benches that we'll be able to set there that will give us room to work more efficiently, more effectively, and it'll allow me to work on something. I'll be able to get up, walk away from it, go in, eat dinner, get a shower, go to sleep, and then go to work the next morning, come home, pick up right back where I left off. Right there. I don't have to box everything up, move it out of the way in case I got something else to come in here, or in case April needs to come in here and do something. We don't need to move everything out of the way. Everything can be there. It can stay there till I'm done the project. Hopefully things won't get lost or misplaced. I've lost a lot of things in boxes. Putting stuff together, had to come up with new improvised ways of doing things or wait on parts to come in, and then later on while I'm doing another project find some of those pieces and parts. So having everything in one area that is just that specific thing is fantastic. This section right here is for making different kinds of adult beverages. We've got the ability to make bottled beverages, to make fruit style beverages and honey style beverages, all through the use of proper fermentation. So now that I've got everything together, I do have a couple more pieces and parts in the house, but those are generally the ones that stay there. As a result of that's where part of the process happens. This was when I was doing it on a much bigger scale. Now I've scaled back just because I haven't had the time. Now that I'm starting to have more time, it's something I'm going to get back into, and I'm going to expand in different directions. So this is going to be the next target area. I've already measured it off. I've got my 4 feet cleared. We're going to build the full set of shelves. Same way we did. Only difference is these two smaller sections that we built, we're going to put together and make one. I don't know if it's going to have 3 shelves or if it's going to be all 4. That's something we'll have to look at, and we will go from there. Now, once we get down to this section, things are going to get a little bit complicated because these are actually doors for the Jeep. These are the tube doors. When I take the tube doors and I take them off of here and I put them on the Jeep doors I take off and I hang them on this hanger and it rotates. I'll show you when we get to that section. We're not there yet, but when we do get there, I will show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to have to make provisions to be able to properly store the Jeep doors. As well as Jeep doors, there's also the T-tops, or what they call freedom panels. We've got to find a place to put those. We've got to find a place to put the cover and holder for the slide out windows for the back because she's got the soft top on there now. We got ice chests. We've got flags, flag holders. We've got hitches. We got all kinds of stuff. We got all kinds of stuff. We got so much stuff, we don't know what kind of stuff we got. Hi, Toadie. But the cat's in here. Come here. All right, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. Ooh. See if the cat approves. Look at this, we got a clean spot. Yeah, I know. You don't know what a clean spot in here looks like. We don't know how to have a clean spot, huh? What about the bench top? You like the bench top? You can walk around in here? Yeah? Hi. This is Tucker. He's our Homestead cat. Got another one that's bigger than him. Ironically, we call him Tiny. Just recently, there's a big, 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 beautiful white cat. I thought it might be a baby bobcat, but my wife told me that it actually sleeps on my mother-in-law's front porch. That's not saying it's not a baby bobcat, but I would hope they wouldn't have a baby bobcat on their front porch. I would not object to having a baby bobcat on my front porch. I would love to have 45, 55, 65 pound bobcat, semi domestic, semi feral, that has bonded with the family and takes care of the property. That I think would be fantastic. We'll see. I'm going to put you on time lapse and we're just going to see what we get done. So please enjoy. Well, guys, that's it. That's another 4 foot section, and that's going to be a full shelf. See how they butt up nicely right here to the other shelves? Once this one that you're sitting on is out of the way, this corner will be nice. It will be set up. And remember, this bench right here, it's going over there in the corner. So it won't be here. So this will be all opened up right here. We'll have stuff right here. We'll load this up on the bottom, the middle, the topper middle, and the very top. I left a little bit of room so I have enough room to go up as high as I want, but I can still catch those edges to keep stuff from falling off. As it goes on, we're just going to keep going down the line. So it'll go that way. It'll go that way. And then right here on both sides of the door, this side will have 2 of them coming out a total of almost 8 feet. Basically to the middle of the room. And that will be walled off with shelving. And then there'll be one over here going that direction. So we'll have about a 5.5 foot opening. And then on the other side of the door, there'll be 2 of them that are bench height, that are this height coming out. Maybe. We might put a full one in the corner. I don't know. I'm pretty terrible at changing things up partway through. But there you have it. There's the shelving. This is the beginning of my shop getting organized. Once it gets organized, I'll be able to work in here, whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, which doesn't happen very often. Mostly the rain. A lot of rain. A lot of rain. It's southwest Louisiana. This time of year when hurricane season getting ready to start, it'll normally start raining, and our rainy season lasts 5-6 months. So not terrible if you're able to get inside like this and work. We've got power thanks to our jackery and thanks to our little lights. None of them really consume much power. I did leave them on earlier for the couple hours that I was in eating lunch and relaxing, waiting for the battery to charge, and just kind of taking a break in the air conditioning. I will check the jackery and see how low it is, but it is extremely efficient. I don't have any issues with it whatsoever. soon enough, we will have more of these up. I'll give you an update as we go. I don't think I'm going to build each and every one for you. There's 14 of them. There's 12 more to go. So that would be like an 18, 11 hour video. We're not going to do that, but thanks for hanging out with me. If you like the video, please like, subscribe. Definitely make some comments on how you think I could do it better, how you think I could do it faster. I think this one here went up way faster. I had the learning curve. The only difference was where the two sections came together. That wasn't horrible. We kind of figured that out on the fly. I think the way we did it was pretty efficient, and I can knock several of these out in an evening after work, either before dinner or after April goes to bed. I only sleep about 4 hours. I got something wrong with my head and with my neck where I have extensive pain in it. It gets pretty bad, so I don't do a lot of laying down, even with all different kinds of pillows and whatnot. So I tend to be awake till midnight, 1 o'clock, and then I normally get up about 3:30, 4:30. Sometimes I push it to 5 o'clock. So that gives me all kinds of hours to come out here, turn the radio on, rock out, have a tasty beverage, and just knock these out. I can put you on time lapse if I do that, but I can't have you on regular if I got the radio going. YouTube doesn't like radio media. But that's all it is. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking me out. Thanks for checking out these shelves. Like I said, I got them from Northern Tools. They are the AR. They're the XL series. They're the large big ones. They're the Alt Road or All Road. And they're not what you're going to find in an industrial plant warehouse or anything like that. But for my garage, my shop, what I'm going to do, I think they'll be okay. I may come back once I get all these shelves at the height that I want them to be at. I may come back and put some screws in here. If not anything else, just here and here to keep these two sections together. And then maybe where the shelves are just to keep the shelves from moving. They're pretty stout, though. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, especially once I get some weight on them. I don't think they're going to go anywhere. Well, that's it. I'm going to go in the house, get cleaned up again, and have some dinner and relax for the evening. I might come back out later tonight and knock a couple more out. We'll just have to wait and see. Thank y'all. Have a good day. Goodbye.